We at Educami have helped 51 UPSC 2020 toppers accomplish their dreams. If you also dream of clearing the UPSC examination, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date with UPSC preparation. तैयारी आपकी, जिम्मेदारी हमारी.
Good morning everyone. Welcome to Educami's YouTube channel. I am Nanki Baweja and this video is a part of Educami's UPSC's mains series. There are 6 more such videos, and to stay updated and watch those videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Talking about the video today, in this video we will discuss about the books and resources that one student should refer while preparing for mains. So starting off with the video, the first thing before I refer to any of the resource or books, first thing that I would like to tell is that syllabus is one such thing that one should start their preparation with. So one should be thorough with the syllabus, and one should also study the previous year question paper. So this is one such thing that every aspirant or every student who is preparing should have or should buy at the first stance. Now moving on to the subjects, we will discuss one by one as to what do we need to refer for GS1, 2, 3 and 4. So talking about GS1, so GS1 can be divided into 3 parts. So talking and starting with the subject history. Now, when we talk about history, history can be divided into Indian history and world history. So, for world history, since you, when we will see the previous year questions, there are not much questions that is being asked from the world history part. So, for that, class 11th NCERT by Arjun Dev will suffice. Now moving on to the next part, that is coming to the Indian history, that can be divided into 4 parts. So first is ancient and then is medieval, then comes art and culture, and then is the modern or modern history or freedom struggle. So when we talk about art and culture, class 11th NCERT is the one which you all need to refer. You can make notes out of it, or it's a very handy book written in a very lucid manner that can be referred to. For medieval India, you can refer to class 11th NCERT again by Satish Chandra, and for ancient history as well, you can refer to NCERT, that is class 11. Now moving on to the most important part that is being asked most in the question paper is freedom struggle. So for that, a very nice book written by Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, that is Palasi to Partition, should be referred, as it will give you more of analysis as to how to write the answer. You can actually gather more points from reading the book. So minimum 3 readings I would recommend, and that is where you can actually jot down the points that are very important or that will supplement your answer in the exam. Now moving on to the next part, that is for the geography. Now for geography, 2 books that I would recommend is, one is NCERT and the next is GC Leong. So NCERT 11th and 12th standard, and especially in 11th standard NCERT, when we talk about, I am referring to the physical geography book. Now one thing that one should not miss while preparing for geography is atlas. Now there is no hard and fast rule. Whichever atlas that you have or you would like to refer, you can refer it to, but atlas is something you should not miss, or this is something inevitable when you are preparing for your geography portion. And the next is coming to the current affairs. So not much of current affairs is being asked from the geography part, or the geography questions are not that current based, but still if you want to get updated, you can actually refer to a very wonderful book that is being published every month by Educami. You don't have to run here and there for much resources. All you need to refer is Cosmos, which is a monthly magazine published by Educami, especially for environment and geography. So now that geography is sorted, moving on to the next is Indian society. Now this subject or this part of the syllabus covers topics like the topics is usually requires you So the topic that it has is about or revolves around women issues. It could be around women empowerment. It could be about urbanization. So for this, you need to read newspapers extensively, because this is something very generic. Once you are updated, once you keep reading, so you can actually solve the papers, because it's very generic. But you need to be very crisp while writing your answers. So for that, you need to really read or go through the editorials that is being provided under Hindu or Indian Express. That is what I would recommend. And if you get confused as to which editorials you should refer to, you can actually go to the daily gazette that is being published by Educhemy, and there itself the important editorials which a student should mention is provided, and then you can update your notes likewise. And if you want me to name one book for preparation, that is Society in India by Ram Ahuja. That is, I think, more than sufficient for the preparation. And also please keep updating your notes with the current affairs and the good points that is you will fetch from the editorials. Now that GS1 is done, we will now move to GS2. Now the first and the major portion that comes in GS2 is Indian Constitution and Polity, and next is governance. So when we talk about Indian Constitution, so the first book that I would like to recommend is Lakshmikant. But if we talk about Lakshmikant, that itself would not suffice, because when we talk about mains, the questions asked are more analytical, right? When we compare it from prelims, so the questions are very objective. You need to know the exact knowledge. But when we talk about mains, the questions are more on the analytical side. For that, one very important resource is the prs.org website. There are so many beautiful articles being published, and the commentaries being published on constitutional issues, and there are commentaries on acts as well. There you can read those articles, and you can actually take out points and update your notes with it. So this is something I would say is very important while preparing. I would like to make a star mark, because this will actually help you improve your analytical power, or will improve your argument in your answer. And next is current affairs, because if you see, if you are not equipping your notes or your preparation with current affairs, what is being there, let's suppose right to internet was there in news, and of late talking about the MP lad scheme, it is again there is news. So unless you know what is there going on in current, you won't be able to back up with the static part. And for static part, you don't have to go anywhere, you just have to refer to Lakshmikant. Now moving on to the next part that talks about governance. Now for governance, one thing that I would like to recommend you is ARC, that is Administrative Reform Commission's report, second ARC's report, and I have specifically mentioned which reports you need to read. Now the reports 1st, 4th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. 4th will also help you in ethics part, and I'll brief you about that when we'll talk about how to go about ethics. Now 1st, 4th, 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th, that is something that you have to read, and you don't have to go through these reports in detail. You just need to know, or you just need to read the summaries and recommendations, and I think that will suffice. Now moving on to the next part, that is social justice. Now this is a very dynamic part again, and for that you need to be updated with current affairs. What issue is being there that is going on in the current affairs, as well as this portion talks about the vulnerable section of the society, or the schemes, or the any initiative being taken by the government for addressing such issues in the society, for inclusive development, for oppressed and minorities. For that, the best resource I would say is Budget and Economic Survey, and more so Economic Survey. In Economic Survey, if you go through it, it's very clearly mentioned the steps and the initiatives taken by the government, the current status, whatever schemes have been undertaken, the results of it, and what is the future course of action. For that, you can refer this. Then again, so there is another important document, that is Niti Aayog's 3-year agenda. So you can prepare a lot of it from this document also, and you can, every year economic survey is there, budget is there, you can update your notes for with the same. Now moving on to another dynamic topic, that is about international relations. Again, directly from the current affairs, not much of static portion is asked in this. Usually whatever is happening in the current, if any pact is signed or deal is signed, what about the geopolitics or the relations between the different countries, and especially if you see most of the questions are India centric. So whenever you are preparing any broad topic, you have to prepare, and you have to keep one thing in mind, that your preparation should be India centric as to what action India will take, or if any deal is signed, what impact or bearing that deal will have on India. So your notes and your preparation or your point of view should be India centric and India based. For that, I will refer to 3 most sorted writers which provides editorials in these newspapers. So first is C. Raja Mohan, whose editorials are published in Indian Express. There's a column, and the other 2 writers are Suhasini Haider and Jacob Koshi. So I would say don't miss their editorials, because very often you will get good lines to support your rational while you are attempting the answer. And last but not least is Ministry of External Affairs website. Now moving on to the economy section, I think that's this section is very vast and requires a lot of conceptual clarity. So first you can start with brushing up your concepts that you must have done in your prelims, and then what you can do is you can actually go through the budget and economic survey. That is something which you should not miss. And if you go through economic survey again, and if you when you will just go through the previous year question and you keep economic survey by its side, you will find many of the answers being many of the questions being directly answered in the economic survey. So if you see, last year there was a question that what are the determinants that is inhibiting India from realizing its potential GDP. Now all of the material is provided in economic survey. You can actually directly pick up the points from economic survey and supplement your notes with it. So budget and economic survey is something which you should not miss while preparing for economy section, and Yojana and Kurukshetra. If not everyone's Yojana, but where there are more of any Yojana which is more dominated with topics related to economy, so you can refer to those for preparing this section. Then is internal security. One book that I would like to suggest you here is Internal Security by Karthikeyan. That is the 3rd edition. The publisher is Pearson, and this book is a very nice book, and it's more than sufficient to prepare and attempt this section of the paper. So for internal security, it is M. Karthikeyan. Then comes the disaster management. So the website of disaster management can be referred to. Lot of data is provided over there. You can just take a printout and can make short notes out of it, and this is more than sufficient for addressing this portion of the syllabus. Now moving on to the environment part. So many questions comes directly from whatever is prevailing in the current, that is current affairs. So one thing for basics, you have to refer to the NCERT class 12th biology NCERT, and over and above that you don't have to go through the entire NCERT. It is just the last 4 chapters that you have to go through. And Cosmos, again I would say please refer to this magazine that is being published by Educami. Lot of effort goes while we prepare for this magazine so that the student gets handy notes for their preparation. So just go through it once, and the link for it will be provided in the description box. So Cosmos by Educami is more than sufficient when we talk about the current affairs that we need to study for environment, and it is the same magazine that I recommended you for preparing the geography section as well. Now moving on to the last before moving on to the last section, it is the science and technology, which comes under GS3, and you have to be again updated with the current affairs. For that, thorough reading of newspaper is required. You can actually watch videos by Educhemy, where every evening discussion on the gazette that is being published by Educhemy is taken, and there the topics are being discussed properly. So you can refer to that so that you can be updated as to whatever or whatsoever is going on in current. So yeah, talking about and moving to the last portion of the syllabus, that is GS4, which comprises of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Now, one thing which again becomes indispensable while preparing for ethics is second ARC's report, and that too precisely fourth report and the 12th report. Now, if you remember, when I refer to ARC's report for governance, for preparing the governance part, so there you just have to read the summaries, but while preparing for ethics, you have to read them in detail, which reports fourth report and the 12th report. For case studies, the best source is the previous year question papers. Solve those questions which is being provided, and one book, again, if you ask me, I would suggest that is Lexicon. So before winding up the video, only one suggestion from my side is that don't just keep on reading books, restrict your resources, keep revising, and one thing that you can't just miss is practicing answer writing. So the more you practice, the more is the chance that you will ace it in the exam. And if you have any doubt regarding how to write or how to go about answer writing, you can actually join Educhemy's main support program, where we are actually teaching as to what mistakes one should avoid while writing the answers, and the knacks of answer writing, along with covering the important themes for upcoming mains exam. Thank you so much.